to another yoga studio. I'm Kat, for those of you who haven't tried one of our videos before, and it's lovely to have everyone on the mat with me today for our morning stretch class. So as it's the morning, and I'm assuming you are doing this in the morning and not at some other point in the day, but if you are kind of doing it or as you're first getting out of bed, whatever your idea of the morning is, if you are getting out of bed, sometimes you are feeling a little bit more stiff, the body isn't quite ready, perhaps to move and stretch as it would be normally later on in the day. So please don't have any expectations on how your body should be moving and stretching. Just do what you can, and remember the point is to make us feel better when we move away from our stretching space. So if you wanted, you could actually start this on your bed, and then when we come to do a little bit of standing, just come off your bed and move onto the floor, or you can come to your mat as normal. Okay, grab any blocks, blankets or straps and things like that if you know you like to use them, and when you're ready, we'll get going. Okay, so we're going to start round on your back, and then just take a little bend in the knees, feet just maybe a little bit wider than the hips, and you've either got your feet flat, your knees wide, or rolling together. Close the eyes if that feels okay. Hands are just resting on your belly, and we're going to just start to focus on the breath. We don't need to force or control anything to start. Just noticing the natural rhythm of our breath. Noticing where into the body that we're breathing. Is it the full body? Is it just the chest? Is it just the upper chest? And then see if you can direct the breath so it flows in and out through your nose. And then see if you can make that breath as deep as it will go. Maybe breathing all the way down into the belly, so you feel the belly move with your hands. Maybe it expands through the whole of the chest. And we are here for 5 more big breaths in. And then when you're ready, start to move the fingers and the toes, letting the arms just drop out to the side. Walking your feet away from you, and draw some circles with the ankles and with the wrists. Just making them as big as they want to go. And then circle back the other way. And when you're ready, stretch the arms back. Take out a full stretch from fingers to toes. Have a big breath in. Maybe you feel like yawning too. Maybe you want to wriggle from side to side. Maybe it's going to be a stretch through one side of the body a bit more, and then through the other. And then when you're ready, release your arms, hugging your knees up in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to circle around with the hips. So hands on your knees, and when you're ready, we're just going to exhale. Pull the knees in towards you and then pull the knees away from each other. Inhaling as you come back to the top of the circle. So exhale, knees to chest, opening them round. Inhaling, bringing them together. I'm going to take one more circle. And then we want to circle back the other way. One more. Bringing the knees all the way back together, hugging them into the chest. And then we can either just stay here for a couple of breaths, or if you feel like it, take a happy baby pose. So holding on to your thigh, your calf, your ankle, your foot. We're going to open the soles of the feet so they look towards the ceiling. Pulling the knees as best you can in towards your shoulders. And then seeing if you can take your knees out nice and wide. If that doesn't feel great, maybe you've got that option of just staying here with the knees to chest. Maybe even just opening the knees wide in a little variation on that happy baby pose there. But it's your body, it's your morning, and we're starting our stretching by what feels good for the body. And then release the feet. Take them all the way down to the floor. Open the arms nice and wide. And then when you're ready, exhale, roll the knees to the right. Breathe in. Exhale, roll the knees to the left. So we're just going to see where the body wants to move, to twist to. Maybe it feels good to introduce that movement to the neck as well. So as the knees go one way, we take the head the other. One more over to the left side. And then come back into the center. Plant the feet on the floor. And then as you exhale, gently pull the belly button into the spine. See if you can just roll the back up off the floor, starting to get the glute muscles working as well in the hips. Breathe in at the top, and then as you breathe out, roll all the way back down towards the floor. So it doesn't matter how far you come up, just bringing a little bit more movement through the back. So breathe out, roll up. So maybe it's just a little lift of the tailbone. Maybe you move a little way onto the shoulders. Starting to take a little stretch through the front of the hip. So we're going to do that one more time. Breathe out, roll up. And then breathe out, roll down. Inhale. Take the arms back. Take one more big stretch out from fingers to toes. And then hug your knees up in towards your chest. So we're going to try a little rock and roll to sitting. If that doesn't feel right this morning, or maybe if you're laying on the bed and it doesn't seem to quite work, just roll onto your side so you can come up to sitting. So when you're ready, we're going to breathe out. See if we can take a little rock and then inhale, roll back. And maybe ironing out a few little kinks that we've collected in the spine, and then bring yourselves all the way up. Maybe you can balance there for a moment, squeezing the belly in, just trying a little boat, maybe just firing up those core muscles before we get up and start to move around too much for our day. And then release the feet down towards the floor. So we're going to come into an easy seated pose. Just bringing the right foot in with the left foot in front. Reach the fingers down towards the floor. And when you're ready, breathe out. Tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. See how far you can take the head over using the muscles in the neck, and then bring the right hand up. Just going to gently pull the head over. Take some nice big deep breaths in here as we stretch and open through the neck and the shoulder. And then as you breathe out, roll the chin to the chest. Okay, gently lift the head back up to the center. Reach that right arm up a little higher. Then as you breathe out, walk the left fingers over to the side a little bit more. Big stretch through the right side body. Push back into your right hip. Reach up all the way from the right hip through to the right fingers. Breathing into that right side body as we open up through the ribs. And then as you breathe out, round forwards, twisting, so we bring the head towards the knee. Just taking a couple of breaths in here as we stretch through the back, pushing that right hip back in towards the floor. And then walk your hands round to the middle. And as you breathe in, see if you can just lift the chest a little out in front. Breathe out, tuck the chin in and round. So it's a bit like a seated cat stretch here. Moving the spine one way and then the other. One more. And then as you inhale, walk the hands back in. Stack up all the way through to the crown of the head. And then swap the feet over. So we want to bring the right foot in with the left foot in front. Fingertips just reaching out to the side, lengthen up through the spine. And then left ear, is tilting to the left shoulder. And then again, we've got the left hand coming in, just gently helping the ear reach over. Right arm, hands trying to make sure the right shoulder doesn't try and lift up and follow the neck and the head. Good, drop the chin towards the chest, keeping it over to that left side. Taking a bit of a stretch through the back of the neck and the shoulder. And then we're lifting the head up, reaching that left arm up, walk the right fingers out a little bit further so that we can come into that nice big stretch through the left side body. Pushing back into the left hip. About breathing into the left side of the rib cage, then now left side of the belly, stretching all the way out through to the fingertips. And then as you breathe out, take your little twist and rounds. We bring the head towards the right knee. Stretching still through that left side body, but focusing it more around the back of the body now. And then we'll walk the hands into the middle. Inhale, lift the chest that little way. Exhale, round. So we're just taking that little seated cat stretch again, but this time with the hips in that different position. And then coming round over into a tabletop position. We're going to take that movement through the back, extend it a little bit more, and work through a full cat stretch. So spread through the fingers and the feet. Exhale, round up. Inhale, turn the tailbone up, draw the shoulders back. So nice big deep breaths in as you take some movement through the spine, waking the back up. Just a little bit more. If you want to bring any variations of movement here in, perhaps circling around with the spine, adding some side to side movement in. Just explore how the body feels and what it wants to do. If it feels quite happy just moving up and down with the breath, then we're staying there. Come back into the middle when you're ready. Press through the fingers and the palms again. Tuck the toes under and just take a little movement forwards and backwards. Waking up the hands and the feet a little bit more. And then come into the middle. Squeeze the belly button into the spine. Slide the right leg back. Lift the right leg up. And if you're feeling really good, maybe you want to stretch the left arm out as well. So we're just firing up, waking the core up. And then take the hand down, take the knee down. Slide the left toes back. Squeezing the belly button into the spine and exhaling, lifting the left leg. Again, option to just to extend through the right arm. Take that full bird dog if you want. Otherwise, we keep the right hand on the bed, on the mat. And then release it. Take the knee back down. And then we're just going to walk the hands forward so we can come to lie down on the mat. Shoulders over the elbows, rolling the shoulders back and lift the chest. Open out through the front of the body, engaging with the lower back and the glutes as we push our legs and our feet into the mat. Press the fingers, the palms and the arms into the mat so we are working on supporting the body here. And remember, as it is early in the morning, this might feel maybe a little bit stiff, so ease yourself into it. If you need to be further down, then come further down. And then when you're ready, we're exhaling, taking it all the way back to child's pose. Option to just take child's pose wherever feels good. So knees close together, knees wider apart, hands in front. Maybe if the back's feeling stiff this morning, you make a little stack of the head, or the hands for the head. Or maybe the hands come all the way around by the feet. And then we're reaching the arms back out in front, coming back up into our tabletop position, tucking the toes under, and when you're ready, exhale, lift the hips up, come to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out, start to ease the backs of the legs into this V shape. And then we're going to breathe out, release the feet to the floor as close as we can. Maybe starting to open out through the backs of the knees a little bit more. The knees are bent and the heels don't touch that spine. If you feel like you're waking the body up here, you can maybe feel that a nice gentle stretch, starting to open the body out this morning, then that's great. And then we're going to bring the feet towards the top of the mat. So choose however you want to get there. Maybe it's a big step or hop. Maybe it's just a few little steps up to the top of the mat. Take your feet nice and wide. See if you can drop your hips to the floor. Maybe squeezing your elbows into the knees. Maybe you need to keep your hands in front of you for support. We just work into the hips. And then we're going to exhale, power up to Tadasana. Bringing the feet in, underneath us. Squeeze the belly button into the spine and just pull the right knee up in towards your chest. So you can use your core to hold the leg there, or maybe you want to use your hands to pull the knee or up through the thigh to bring your knee up towards your chest. And then swap sides. Take the right leg down and we're going to take that through on the left. So think big toe, little toe, outside edge of the foot and the heel with that right side. Again, supported or not with that left leg. Just focusing the eyes, focusing the mind, balancing the body and the mind, ready for the day. And then take the left foot down. So we're just going to take a round of sun salutation on either side. So inhale, reach up, squeeze up through the fingertips, maybe take a little lift with the chest. Exhale, take the hands all the way down to the floor. So bend the knees as much as you need to help you get there this morning. Inhale, big step back with the right foot. Drop the knees if you want. Come back with the left leg into plank or half plank. Tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the belly in. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, peeling the chest up to cobra. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale and down dog. Exhale, bring the right foot up to the top of the mat. So if you need it this morning, drop the knees to the floor and then pick the right foot up and through. Both feet are coming together. Inhale, halfway lift, so hands on the legs if you want, shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Keep a bend in the knees if you need it. We're going to inhale, sweep all the way up. Lifting up through the chest, reaching out through the fingertips. Exhale, take it down towards the floor. So inhale, step back with the left leg. We're going to move through into plank. So again, option to come through on the knees if you prefer. Squeeze the belly in. Just pause here for a couple more breaths this time. Waking up the core and the glutes even more as we squeeze the belly in and we squeeze the glutes in for support. Stretching from head to heels or head to knee. Then lower the knees to the mat if you want to help you lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, find your cobra again. Exhale, take the hips back, come back to that downward facing dog. Just pause for an extra couple of breaths in down dog. Stretching maybe a little bit more through the backs of the legs this time. Pressing into the fingers and the palms. And then when you're ready, we're stepping forwards with the left foot, with the right foot. See if you can come into that halfway lift again. Exhale, fold. Hands on the thighs or the shins to help you with the fold if you want. Maybe see if you can straighten through the legs just a little bit more. So we work on opening through the backs of the legs, stretching through the hamstrings, ready for the day. And then micro bend the knees, sweep the hands all the way up. Lift up, squeezing the hips forwards if we can. Exhale. Come back to hands to heart. Closing your eyes. Take some big deep breaths in. And we're just going to stand here, either hand staying in this prayer position or maybe just crossing the hands over the heart or bringing one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest again as you tune into the breath. So maybe using these few breaths to quieten the mind. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for the day. Maybe it's a moment just to make a mental list of the things that you know you need to prepare for, to do during the day. And we're going to take 3 big breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. One more. bringing your hands back together if they're not in that prayer position, bowing your head to your fingers, sealing your practice in with Namaste. Well, thank you so much for joining me this morning on the mat. I hope you liked that little wake you up in the morning feel good stretch. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a question or a comment. And if you would like to join me on the mat again in the future, then please hit the subscribe button now so that you can join me and you'll know when our next videos come out. All right, I look forward to seeing you then. Take care now. Bye.